Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Spyweaver with Spy Gaming, coming back at you with another one of my Retribution Paladin tips and tricks video. How to maximize your DPS dependent on the encounter you're in. Been a while since I've been getting one of these out, but that's because of multiple technical difficulties, but we are back, and you can be assured I'll be getting these spat out quite fast for you. Before we begin, let's go ahead and just dive into what everybody probably wants to know right off the bat, the talents that I used for this encounter. Aside from your typical talents that you always take, your Final Verdict and your Crusade, and then whatever you do as far as Eye for Eye or Discard's Vengeance, I specifically went with Fires of Justice on the level 30 tier, and then went down for Blinding Light on level 45, of course, because I use that as a DPS cooldown, and then Divine Hammers on the 60 tier, Crusade on the 90, just so I can move around quite fast, and because I believe if you take Divine Intervention specifically, you're not only harming your own movement, but you're going along the fact that I can stand and shit and be a scrub lord. And last but not least, Crusade, because don't leave home without it. Alright, by trade, Chronomatic Anomoly is a very quick fight, so let's go ahead and get right on into it here. Good old countdown right off the top. Our guild does lust off the start. Most guilds probably should lust off the start as well, just so you can get as much damage on it while you're under normal and not slowed circumstances as possible. So I pop my wings, and I am just going ham while avoiding the brown or orangish reddish circles on the ground, whatever you'd like to call them. Main idea here is to work up to your 15 stack basically as fast as you possibly can, because then here once the slow ad comes out, you charge on over with your horse. Another reason why I like to take Cavalier, just in case I needed another horse to get out early for a time bomb. As soon as you get over here, you start AoEing as much as you possibly can. You use your Divine Storms to cleave from the ad to the boss. Once you get down to here as well with the 4 small ads in the boss, use your Blinding Light in the middle of them to maximize the DPS of that. Make sure you got 15 stacks of Crusade while you're doing that. And then you basically just go take your stack point behind the boss and start damaging them as you go. This is also going to be a good place to pop your Shield of Vengeance for the extra damage as well. Mainly for the fact that it not only helps yourself and your damage, but it also helps your healers out, depending on how many stacks you take. Personally, I would always pop around 5 or 6, just because we had major heal cooldowns for 7 and 8. I think this only went to 8, I'm not entirely sure. But that way you also ensure that it does pop regardless of the healing cooldowns that are going on. Alright, this is my least favorite part of the encounter. When you come into a slow phase, not much you can really do here except just trudge along. Make sure you keep up either your Judgment buff or your Cape buff. Prioritize your Judgment buff as well over the Cape buff. The Cape buff is, while it is great, it is not as much of a damage boost as Judgment debuff is at this point. So make sure you keep that up no matter what you do. Avoid the blue orbs as they come out, which is very standard and also heroic mechanic as well. And then as well for this power overwhelming, just go ahead and continue to avoid those orangish red circles on the ground and do your duty. Right around this point you get back to the fast phase. You should have your wings up again. Of course, go ahead and pop them off right away off the top when you can, and pop your potion literally a second into it. Due to the fast speed buff or the fast time dilation, your wings duration will look shorter, and thus it might be harder to time that old lore potion. So go ahead and pop that right away, right off the top of your wings, or maybe a second in, and then it'll maximize the duration of that. Once again, as well, you get back to this, you want to AoE everything down here. Use your Blinding Light once again when the 4 mini ads come up, and focus that AoE right there between them and the boss, and AoE with your Divine Storm and Divine Hammers right from the mini ads to the boss to maximize your DPS potential here as well. The only other really big tip and trick as well for this video, or for this boss I should say, is when you're avoiding blue orbs, make sure you're still within the boss's hitbox, especially as well when you're avoiding red orbs. Stay within that hitbox. Don't have yourself any downtime. Make sure you're whacking the boss literally 100% uptime on this fight, and there's really no way that you won't be one of the top DPS on this fight. there you have it, folks. Like I said, that is a quick one. That is literally all that there is for Chronomatic Anomoly. All you really need to worry about. Some guilds, most guilds I should say, do like to split off, have one group go to left, one group go to the right. As a Retribution Paladin, since you don't have enough speed boost, you're always going to be going to the left group with the most of the DPS where the boss goes, so you don't even have to worry about that. Literally for you as a Retribution Paladin, this is just the exact same fight as Heroic. Just remember to pop your Shield of Vengeance that first time during his power overwhelming, and use your Blinding Lights when the 4 mini adds come up after defeating the 1 larger add, so you hit those 4 plus the boss getting 5 hits of your Blinding Light off. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is how to maximize your DPS on the Mythic Chronomatic Anomoly fight as a Retribution Paladin. Once again, be sure to take the AoE talents you can whenever you get a chance to hit more than one target. Use your Divine Storm and Hammers. Once 5 targets are up, use your Blinding Light and Shield of Vengeance during all the power overwhelming phases, and just avoid the shit on the ground. Hope this vid helped you out. If it did, like, comment, share below. Share it with all your friends. Gonna have more of these coming out. Like I said, this is a series of 10. There's gonna be 10 videos eventually for you folks on how to maximize your DPS as a Retribution Paladin with Mythic fights and Nighthold. So until the next time, this is Spyweaver with TrueSpy Gaming. Stay frosty, my friends.